Today we're talking about aging, one of those issues we have with God because aging doesn't look appealing at all to the young or to the old. I remember when my mom was getting older and then watching my husband's mom fail with Alzheimer's and now watching my 96-year-old dad decline. I've often thought that the last part of life sure seems the hardest, and that doesn't seem right to me. You live an entire life of serving and giving and working only to start falling, losing your health and maybe your surroundings to end up in a nursing home. How depressing is that? And some of us have issue with God. Why would He set things in motion that way? Shouldn't the older people have the best that life has to offer? The Bible has a lot to say about the aging process and the privilege that it is to live to be old. In 2 Corinthians 4, it says, even if our outer person is wasting away, our inner person is being renewed daily. Proverbs 20 says there's splendor in gray hair. Job 12:12 says that wisdom and understanding come with old age. And Psalm 71 is a cry to God to allow the older to proclaim to the younger God's power. In Isaiah, there's a promise for those with gray hair to be carried by God. And in Psalm 92, it says the old can bear fruit. Psalm 72 that says that when our flesh and heart fails, God is our strength forever. And you've even heard the saying, a ripe old age or a good old age. So all of these seem like the aging process, and those that are old are blessed. But seriously, in aging, there's splendor and glory, renewal, wisdom and understanding, and proclamations and fruit. Do you see much of that in the aged that you know? I've talked about this with friends. Those who are old seem to either be bitter or a blessing, like we've just read in those verses. Those who are bitter are cranky, judgmental, snappy, solemn, and not much fun to be around. They can't hear or converse or walk, and it just seems like they're wasting away. I remember finding it hard to visit my mother-in-law because of these things, and it hurt my heart for her, and it hurt my heart for me. But what was interesting about her is that her spirit was intact. She couldn't recall who we were or call us by name, but when we started singing hymns, the words came and so did the harmony. It was still there, and a smile emerged on her face. So it appeared that even though she was wasting away physically, the splendor of her spirit was soaring. I watched my own mom succumb to death in a horrible, seemingly unfair way, but I remember observing my mom over the last several years before she passed. She became more loving to me, less judgmental, and more settled in who she was, and it was beautiful. And my own dad is 96, and he's fallen many times. He scares us all. He doesn't have a good memory, and maybe his life seems no longer to be an asset to society. But quite the contrary, he's learned this nugget that he repeats to us over and over. Do what you can today with what you have, where you are. And that has served him well as he's lost his ability to do what he always used to do. None of that really looks attractive to me, and it doesn't seem worth the aging process to get there, but it's something we all face. And we may not even realize the beauty, the splendor, or the wisdom that comes with the wrinkles, the gray hair, and then when the canes appear. However, I can see that His promise is to carry us to the finish line if need be with a proclamation as long as we can speak. And that proclamation to the next generation is one of hope, provision, guidance, presence, and stamina. And that's a proclamation that no one else can make until they have lived decades to learn those lessons. So let's keep our heart from becoming bitter, keep our mind on Him, and stay in His presence. And we'll have a song to sing, words to say, and understanding will emerge as we begin to age. After all, that final process of aging is seriously an escort as we take His hand into the next step where aging will never occur and neither will dying. That's mind-blowing, but comforting and worth living to the ripe old age to see.